Alright, so in this video we're going to go ahead and add a clustered column chart to the workbook. So we got our sales figures here, our revenue, our expenses, and whatnot. Now we're going to show a way on how to graphically show these numbers. So if you remember, charts can be either embedded in a worksheet or they can be placed in a separate worksheet. Usually it's resided on its own sheet, because if it's placed on the worksheet, sometimes it obstructs data or you can't necessarily see it big enough. So we are going to select the range A3 through G3 to identify our categories. Then we're going to hold down Control and do A9 through G13. Now we're going to display the Insert tab, and then we're going to go to the Charts group here, and we're going to Recommended Charts. So this Recommended Charts section will pop up, and if you look around, you'll see all these different chart types. So we've got our clustered column, our line. Okay, so clustered columns used to compare values across a few categories. Use it when the order of categories is not important. The line chart is used to display trends over time, so like years, months, and days, or categories when the order is important. Use it when there are many data points and the order is important. The stacked area chart is used to display the relationship of parts to a whole over time or categories. We got stacked column, and clustered bar, funnel, clustered column, funnel, okay, scatter. So go around and look and see what ones we're going to use. Okay, and then we're going to click the first clustered column chart. And then we're going to press OK. Alright, so when Excel draws a chart, we're going to move the chart. So we're going to click up here to move, and we're going to go to New Sheet. We'll call the new sheet Expense Chart and press OK. So now we're on our own chart here, our own sheet tab. Okay, we're going to click on Chart Title, and we're going to type in 6-month projected expenses. That was my phone, my bad. That's going to be our chart title. Then we are going to select it, and we're going to underline it. And then we'll deselect it. Now over here on the side, we've got 3 different buttons. Okay, we've got our Chart Elements button here that we're going to click. And basically what we do is we're going to add the different elements to the chart. So we have the axes, the chart title, we have the grid lines, sorry, the axes, the grid lines, the legend, which is down here. Okay, we're going to be clicking on something here. Where are we at? Data labels, there we go. Data labels, and if you click this arrow here, we're going to make ours outside end. So look at the difference here. There is no difference. It's the outside end. If we did inside end, it'd be like that. Outside end is basically the end of the outside. Okay. Now we're going to click on the chart elements again. Now down here is chart filters. So you might find that certain data series or categories make it difficult to examine differences and patterns between other series or categories. It allows you to easily filter data series and categories to allow more in-depth examinations of subsets of data. So we are going to click on bonus and commission to remove the check marks, and then press apply. Now we're going to add an axis title. So we're going to click anywhere in the chart area outside the chart, select the chart. Okay, chart elements, axis titles, and then we want both. Nope, we just want primary vertical. Oops. No, yes. Yes, that's what we want. We want the primary vertical one only. Okay, so we'll click this out. Select our vertical axis, and we're going to place it with a $sign. Okay. Now we are going to right click on it, format axis title, and now we're going to go to size and properties, go to text direction, we're going to make it horizontal. So watch the $sign over here. I'll change it to horizontal, and it changes right side up. Press X, that's our close. We're going to change the chart style by going to, my mouse is being weird, design, more. Oops, yeah, it's getting super laggy. So let me change the setting, there you go. We want style 3. Okay, so that gives us our different style of chart. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Now we're going to modify the chart axis number format because we don't really need the decimal points here because it just adds extra stuff. We're going to right click on it, format, oops, nope, my bad. Click on it, right click on it, format axis. And we are going to go to labels, no, number, my bad. We're going to change this to 0, getting rid of the decimal places, and then we're going to go ahead and make sure that this is selected here, and press X. So now you see the decimal places are gone. Alright, now we're going to remove the filters and data labels. So we're going to click on chart elements, display it, click on data labels checkbox to remove them. Okay, and then we're going to find filters, and we're going to bring these back. And you're probably thinking, wow, that was completely pointless. I don't disagree with you. Okay. Now we are going to rename and color the sheet tabs. So we're going to change the color of the expense chart sheet tab to green accent 4. Okay. Now we're going to double click this to rename it. We're going to rename it 6th month financial projection. And then we're going to right click, tab color. We're going to look for blue accent 2. That's how we're doing that. Now we're going to drag 6-month financial projection so it's in front of expense chart. Okay. Now we're going to check the spelling because you always want to do that, especially if you're giving this to a boss. They don't want you to see, oh, wow, you really can't spell. You want to show a good impression. So we're going to, with the 6-month financial projection sheet active, we're going to press Control Home. Control and then Home on your keyboard to bring you up to cell A1. Now hold down Control to select expense chart. Go to review, spelling, and spell check is complete. You're good to go. Awesome. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some fancy schmancy printing stuff. So we are going to make sure both of these are selected. We're going to go to File, Print. We're going to change Portrait to Landscape. So we've got at least January through April on the same thing. Now we want to scale it to fit sheet on one page. Okay. And that's going to be the printing settings for that. But again, we're not printing it, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Now what we're going to do is you're going to save this. Now you're going to go to Formulas, Show Formulas, File, Print, and then you're going to either File, Save As, Browse, and you're going to save it as a PDF. Okay, and just type in formulas before this, so that way you show off the formulas into a PDF. Okay, and in the next video I'm going to show you some extra things, as well as another thing you're going to have to do called goal seeking and what if analysis.